The Feminine Touch 1956 film. The Feminine Touch is a 1956 British drama film directed by Pet Jackson and starring George Baker, Belinda Lee and Delphi Lawrence. The film is based on the best-selling novel A Lamp is Heavy by Canadian former nurse Sheila Mackay Russell, and consequently it was released as A Lamp is Heavy in Canada, while it was given the title The Gentle Touch in the United States when it was released there in December 1957. Plot. The film follows 5 very different student nurses during their first year of training at an NHS hospital in London called St. Augustine's Hospital, filmed at Guy's Hospital, where they live in a dormitory. Susan Belinda Lee is reliable and sensible. Pat Delphi Lawrence is flighty and open. Maureen Adrian Corey is Irish and loud. And Henrietta Edwards is a typical public school girl. And Lee's Barbara Archer comes from a typical working-class background. As they get to know each other, they bond in spite of their differences. Susan falls in love with Dr. Jim Alcott. She is tempted to leave nursing to go with Jim to Canada but changes her mind after helping a patient who tried to commit suicide. However, after a talk with matron, she decides to join Jim in Canada. Main cast. Production. The film was based on a 1950 book, The Lamp is Heavy by Sheila Russell. Russell was from Canada and worked as a nurse in Edmonton. She married a doctor in 1947. The novel was published in the Commonwealth in 1954. It sold 75,000 copies over 5 years. Russell later wrote another novel called The Living Earth 1954. Michael Balcon of Ealing wanted to make a hospital film, but Sir John Davis of Rank was reluctant. Eventually Balcon managed to get approval for this movie. It was the first Ealing movie directed by Pet Jackson, who had previously made an earlier film about nursing, White Corridors 1951. It was one of the last pair of films made at Ealing Studios, which had been sold to the BBC, and one of the last Ealing movies under the 9-year relationship between Rank and Ealing. Ealing would move to MGM Studios, make several more movies, then be wound up. It was one of several sensible girl parts she played for Rank. Dorothy Allison was an Australian actor. Film rights were bought by Rank in early 1955. Filming began in late June 1955 at Pinewood Studios. There was location work at Guy's Hospital. "I'm not surprised that there is a change in title," said Russell. "After all, in England the lamp is still pretty heavy for nurses." Reception. Variety called it worthwhile, and as a piece of romantic entertainment, it is more than adequate. Pick has valuable exploitation angles which should help returns in the domestic market.